We're from Thai Union Feedmill. I'm Thirapon, the head of investor relations. I'd like to introduce our new CEO, who's going to join us for the first time. This is Mr. Pirasak Burmichot. And Tip Upson is our CFO. Let's go ahead and get started. So our key message, there are three things, is that we have a new management leader that we've installed, and this has improved our operations and relations, and we're still focusing on strategic products. We adjusted our portfolio in the past year to maintain a strong competitive edge. And we have our synergy with our business alliances, whether it's Thai Union, for instance, and these relationships will help strengthen our business. For instance, our new alliance with our new CEO. Hello to all of our analysts and investors for the fourth quarter of last year. Let's look at a summary. Our volume for the year, compared year on year, went down by 7% to 40,000 tons, and every quarter it's gone down by about 20% quarter on quarter. Quarter 3 is the peak season, and quarter 4 we'll see a slight drop. The sales, looking at the sales, for the fourth quarter, we ended it with 1.2 billion Thai baht. Year on year, that's a 12.1% growth. Quarter on quarter, it's a drop by 10%. Our gross profit for the fourth quarter was at 90.2 million baht. Year on year, that's a drop of about 12%. For the quarter, it's down by about 41%. And our net profit was at 16.9 billion Thai baht, and the year on year was down 57%. Quarter 3 was the peak, so our profit was higher at 57.6 million Thai baht. Our dividends for the second half, the performance from July to December, we have a policy to pay out 0.08 Thai baht per share. This will be paid on the 3rd of March of 2023. We pay with a policy of not 50%, and we actually have 59%. What I want to share with the analysts today are the numbers of our performance for our shrimp feed. Last year, for the entire year, shrimp farm production was flat at about 250 to 260,000 tons. Our market share went up to about 11%, and the production did not grow, but our sales grew 11.2%. And this is something, a good development for us, a strong development for us, and our market share, our shrimp feed market, ours has increased since 2020. We were at about 16% of the market. That was our market share. In 2021, our market share was about 18%. So it came up by 2%. And on average, this year, 2023, we'll talk about what growth we're going to look at. Our portfolio adjustment, what we've done in 2022 is that we adjusted our portfolio, especially for our core business, our shrimp feed sales. From 2021, we have a market share at 50.2%, and in 2022, it grew to 53.6% market share. And for fish feed, last year it was 37.6%. It's come down to 35.6%. The main reason for this portfolio adjustment is that we got rid of the non-performing products. And our livestock feed sales remained the same as the previous year. We didn't have results as if we'd hoped for. But we're not looking to grow in this area. And for others, it hasn't changed. It's about 1.6% of the entire portfolio. Let's pass over our structure. Let's look at our highlight project summary. In the past year, 2022, we injected capital into our Pakistan facilities equal to about 13.8 million Thai baht so that we can increase our production line for shrimp feed. This is a profitable business for us, and investing more here in Pakistan and increasing their productivity and increasing their product lines is going to help. And in Indonesia, for TUKL, we injected capital of about 180 million Thai baht. And this is to minimize our financing costs due to the higher interest rate. And this has produced savings of about 6 to 7 million baht. And here in Thailand, for our factories in Thailand, we have invested about 180 million Thai baht. This is to improve our production efficiency, our boilers, and to allow us to comply with the BOI so that we can meet our expansion goals. And we're focusing on automation, machinery, and efficiency. What plans do we have for 2023? I see room for improvement, a lot of room for improvement for TFM. First of all, we're going to look at the quality for our feed. We have to focus on the quality. Price is another area, but if our quality is good, remember, the majority of our customers are farmers. They want performance, they want quality products, and they want their investment to be worthwhile, and they want to grow. So the core for this year is quality. We're going to focus on managing the quality of our products, and we're going to improve our operations. As I mentioned in the previous slide, we need to look at our costs. We are prepared to invest. We have machines to increase our production capacity. We're looking at more efficiency, cost efficiency, improved cost efficiency. And in terms of the market share, as I mentioned before, our shrimp feed has gone up to 16%. In 2022, it went up to 18% from 16%. Our goal for this year for shrimp feed is to 25%. There is more market share that available for us. This is like a low-hanging fruit for us, or a quick win. We have chosen to invest in a product that has a margin for us, a higher margin. We're going to be more selective in this year. So our market share from 18% to 25% we're looking at about 150,000 tons. We'll look at this in more detail later. As for our business alliance, I used to take care of the frozen business for TU Group. We were a factory. We had a shrimp factory in TU. We have a shrimp factory in TU. There wasn't any synergy before this. But now that I'm here, I see the opportunity. And the factories that we are managing, we have a great relationship with the farmers. And this is the main reason why our market share can grow from 18 to 25%, because the farmers, the customers that we know from the frozen business, we have the shrimp to our factories, and then that becomes the shrimp feed. We were selective when it comes to our customers. We're selective when it comes to the areas that we're looking to expand to. As I mentioned to our analysts before, the market share for our shrimp feed is going to slightly increase to 11 to 12%. It has increased from 2020 to 2022, and this is a good portion. This is a profitable area, and for TFM to increase its profitability, we don't have to think very hard. We should just focus on expanding our shrimp feed sales. There's so much more room for us to grow. For fish feed, in our market, if we look at the price has increased continuously, and the main fish is sea bass and also catfish, and we're looking at a 50% increase. And we know that the trend for fish is increasing, and ties like Nile tilapia, that's growing significantly. And in this year, in the past 2 years, you will see that the graph is going down. COVID is, in the past 2 years, people have not gone outside because of COVID. And in the shopping malls, people are going out, dining out more. We have tourists coming into the country. We are now looking at 20 million tourists. So consumption will continue to grow in 2023 for sure. And the price of fish and the price of shrimp, fish for this year is higher than the price last year by 15%, and the price of shrimp has grown by 8 to 10%. In January or February last year, the price of shrimp was about 150 baht. Now it's 170 baht. Why? Because of the demand. When the prices of shrimp and fish go up, of course the farmers want to invest more. This is more attractive to the farmers. So shrimp and fish production will grow in response to the growing demand for these products in the market by locals and by tourists. So we're looking at this in the segment for fish and shrimp. And as I mentioned earlier, we have not taken advantage of our synergy, the possibility of synergy, but I see so much opportunity to improve. And we have this low-hanging fruit market that we can take advantage of. We have our farms, we have our frozen products. We're feeding into these businesses. We can gain a market share from here. I'm going to focus on this because this is a source of profit, a major source of profit for us. And the other fish businesses will support this. I believe that the food business, our animal feed business, for us it's shrimp feed 50 to 60%, and then fish about 30%, and the others is a bit here and there. Our portfolio mix has to be a good one. I'm going to push a product mix portfolio. I'm going to be more selective. We're going to be intelligent in our sales, intelligent in setting our portfolio mix. In the next chapter for us, we're going to be looking at branding, social media. We're not just going to sell to farmers. Social media is coming strong. So we have to take advantage of these platforms. We have to take advantage of these communication channels and use them to strengthen our brand. The farmers want better performance. They want better costs. They want to sell their fish, their shrimp, their products so that they can be confident. So we need to communicate with them. We need to educate them through many channels. And a lot of farmers these days, their parents have handed things off to them. We have young farmers coming in. So social media is important to them, and that's going to impact us. So that's it about it for me. And now we'll take a look at the financial results. And I'd like to ask Kun Tipapson to share that information. Hello, everyone. I'd like to share the financial results for the fourth quarter and for the full year of 2022 for Thai Union Feedmill. What you're looking at here is the fourth quarter information. If we compare to the results from the fourth quarter of 2021, we're looking at a 12% increase year on year, and this is mostly from our shrimp feed sales, in line with our strategy that our CEO mentioned just now. We're focusing on shrimp feed, and we will continue to focus on shrimp feed. We're looking at almost 18% year-on-year growth for our shrimp feed sales. Our fish feed and livestock feed have also gone up from 2021. So we've seen growth in every segment. And for livestock feed, the growth has come from AMG, from Pakistan, our subsidiary there. In 2022, AMG launched dairy feed, and this is feed for cattle, for sheep. And in the fourth quarter, compared to the third quarter of this year, our operating results, our sales have dropped because in the fourth quarter, this is seasonality is what caused it. Our shrimp feed sales and our fish feed sales dropped because we were entering the winter season, so the feed is given in smaller amounts. For the livestock feed during the winter seasons, livestock actually take more food, so that livestock feed sales went up. So that's the comparison between quarter 3 and quarter 4 for the feed. And so for livestock feed, because they consume more feed, it went up by almost 6%. And for 2022, for the whole year, our sales went up by about 2.4%. And we're focusing on our strategic products, which are shrimp feed. Sales grew by 9%. And our sales for this year were at about 4.9 billion Thai baht, growing from about 4.8 billion Thai baht the year before. And our fish feed, our strategy from 2022, we are focusing on competitive products and more profitable products. And the sales volume, you can see that the year before we've grown, but our sales volume dropped because for the whole year, because for the industry, there has been a drop in the industry growth. And we also adjusted our portfolio. We reduced the low margin products from our portfolio. But shrimp feed continued to grow by 11% in every segment, whether it's for our exports, for our domestic sales, and even our OEM sales. In terms of gross profit, for 2022, we closed at, last year was 10.4%, but year-on-year gross profit was down about 12%. And for the full year, it was down by 18%. The main reasons for this, for our gross profit moving downwards, is because of the raw material prices that continue to rise from 2021, and also the energy costs that also rose in 2022. These impacted our gross profit, causing a downward trend for gross profit for us. And this is our net profit. Net profit for the company for the third quarter dropped down in the fourth quarter, dropped down from the fourth quarter of the year before by about 57%, mostly because of our recognition of non-performing loans. Some of our receivables were from farmers, and before that, the market was impacted by COVID, which led to an unfavorable situation. But we have increased our internal control. We're following up on debt, and we have received some payments, and we have weekly follow-ups with our debtors. And we're looking at better profit by helping the farmers with their aquaculture and introducing technology to the farmers so that our customers can achieve higher profitability. One other factor that has led to our quarter four results are our financing costs. As you all know, the interest rate has increased, and in the fourth quarter, we have finance costs from TUKL at about 8.8 million Thai baht. And our CEO, Pirasak, mentioned about this. This is a project that we continue to pursue in 2022. We tried to reduce our finance costs. We repaid our long-term loans for TUKL completely. Another factor is the recognition of the loss making from TUKL. It began its operations in 2022, so it has not been able to break even just yet. It's still in the startup phase. And the costs that have increased for us, our management team has been managing the selling and admin costs for the fourth quarter of 2022 compared to quarter four 2021. It's gone down by 10%. In the fourth quarter, compared to the third quarter for the current for 2022, the net profit went down by about 71%. And the main reason was because of the seasonality of the business. This is the low season. In the winter season is a low season for us, which is usually in the fourth quarter. And the management are trying to offset this, or have tried to offset this, and have tried to increase their profit by reducing the administrative costs. And in our last slide for you, this is a look at 2023. For 2023, our sales, we expect them to grow by 8 to 10%. As our CEO Pirasak mentioned earlier, we're going to focus on growing in the shrimp feed segment. In 2022, we grew from 16 to 18%. For 2023, we expect to grow up to 25%. Our gross profit margin for 2023, we expect a range of 9 to 12%. And the price of raw materials for us are still adjusting, still changing. For 2023, because our company has been experiencing high raw material costs for the past 2 years, we have improved our production capacity, and we're trying to improve our yield, and we're trying to reduce waste and reduce loss. And we believe that we can increase our efficiency, improve our efficiency, and regain gross profit. Our SG&A for this year, we expect to be at 6 to 8%. And our policy for dividend payout, just like our parent company, we will continue with a policy of paying out at least 50%. And CapEx for this year, our target is 180 million Thai baht. And we're going to invest in our shrimp feed line in Pakistan because at Pakistan at the moment we have our fish feed and we have livestock feed. But in 2023 we're going to start to produce shrimp feed there. We will be the first shrimp feed producer in Pakistan. Pakistan does not have shrimp feed for sale yet. But we have received support from the government there. Other capex expenditures will be for improving the production efficiency and the machine efficiency to reduce our production costs. And that's it for our presentation. If you have any questions, please let us know, and our staff will take the microphone to you. In the back, we have a question. Hello, I'm Thanapon from Romsai Capital. I understand that in 2023, the key drivers will be your shrimp feed, right? But I understand that overall for Thailand, the export of shrimp doesn't seem like it's going to grow much. It hasn't grown much in the past year. So from this year onwards, what product or what group will you focus on as a driver for the intermediate term and the long term? The backbone of our business is shrimp feed. As for the proportion that we export, Thailand, the production is always increasing and it will recover after EMS. We have frozen food to China, that's shrimp. And what we need to diversify, what I'm going to do in 2023 is we're going to focus on our core business. First, because I think that shrimp feed is profitable and the productivity in Thailand has not dropped. And the exports, of course, there's a recession around the world. Global customers still believe in Thai shrimp, are still confident in Thai shrimp because around the world it's competitive, but Thailand has sustainability. We have shipment, we have commitment. This is something that we've always done well. We have a sustainable supply chain, and our trade with the entire world, we're not just buying and selling. We have a traceability system, and this is something that Thailand has done well. So the market for Thailand, there is a lot of opportunity for growth, and the products in Thailand are going to be more and more value added. We're not doing a mass commodity. So we believe that shrimp feed in Thailand has a great opportunity for growth, and diversifying our portfolio, we're going to focus on both shrimp and fish. Our product mix has to be a good one because we have factories, but we need that product mix to help reduce our overhead. We have to do commodities as well to lower our overhead, and those that provide margins, we have to do those to increase our margin. Our product mix has to be very good. We can't have just premium because there's no strategy like that in business. Our core is our factory. So we need to have some 8%, 10% profitability, 3% profitability. In the end, the product mix will lower our fixed costs, lower our overhead. That is the mindset that for 2023 this is our new chapter for TFM. And also TFM, we are a seasonal business, so we sell aquaculture feed. And the amount of aquaculture feed that's used in the winter drops. So we'll see higher sales in livestock feed during the winter season, and this will help our bottom line revenue. I'm from Krom Thai Express. You said you were going to increase market share from 18 to 25%. Can you tell us about the market structure? Are you going to concentrate, or is it fragmented? How is it fragmented? And we're a major player, and how can we? What's our role in the market? Of course, it's number one and number two. We're number two. And the reason why we have a quick win and they have that low-hanging fruit, there is 280,000 tons of shrimp raised in Thailand. And we have exports of 50 to 60,000. And some of it's dropped because of illness. The segment in Thailand in the south, there's 30 to 40% in the south. The eastern is another 40%, and then we have 15% in the other areas. We're going to increase to the north, the northern region. In the northern region, there are shrimp farmers now. The government this time around, they are boosting or supporting, promoting shrimp farming in the north. And so we have to help provide education to the farmers there so that they can choose the right species. They know how to raise them. We're penetrating the market in the north. And we want we want to win them over. We want them to stay with us. We have our team going in to provide them with knowledge, educating them, showing them technology. And with our existing customers, we continue to grow with them. If farmers say they're going to increase by 20%, we want to have organic growth with them as well. We have room to have synergy with the chilled and frozen facilities, for instance. If they buy shrimp already, then we go and we sell shrimp feed to that area. So in the next 2 years, that's why we've grown from 16 to 18%. We're going to go up to 25%. It's possible. It's only 7 more percent. We're going to use our database. We're going to attract the market to us. There is room for us to enter, room for us to play with. Why not? Why don't we do this? We have to be a pioneer. We have to make it our core. The cost, raw material cost, and how is the company managing these raw material costs, and as well as your other costs that you expect to increase over time? That's a good question. In the past, our feed for 10 years in the past, our net profit was about 8%. And then we had the situation that we've faced for the past 2 years. The raw materials pricing has increased 8%. We have SG&A at about 5% to 8%. Combined, that's about 15%. And the answer is that the answer to your question about raw materials this year, there's going to be volatility, but you have to understand that today it's gone up 30 or 40%. It's reaching its ceiling. It's the cycle of raw material costs. We cannot predict, but we can see signs. This is uncontrollable for us. We cannot control the raw material prices, but the positivity that we see is that, like there was the war last year, freight costs were impacted. Whether it's maize or wheat, flour, what we can control is our costs inside the factory. As I raised the issue before, we have to look back to the basics. We have to look at all of our costs. Why are we injecting 180 million baht into our productions? That's to improve our machinery. Our machinery is over 10 years old. We didn't fix it. We didn't provide proper maintenance. So we've applied for BOI, and we've done BOI applications. We want to invest in our facilities to make them better. We're looking at a recovery yield. We're looking at a 2 to 3% increase. Our production will improve by many percent. Shrimp and feed, we saw an 8% increase. And so we have to keep all of the proceeds here domestically first. From the beginning of the year, we've been looking at savings. We've been focusing on savings. We've been looking at improved efficiency, improved productions. Farmers, seasonally in the winter, it's the livestock feed that increases, right? Fish and shrimp drop, production drops. The demand for feed drops. So we have to be ready from today onwards so that when demand increases in quarter 2 and quarter 3, for instance, we will be able to match that demand. So the raw material prices we cannot control. There's volatility there, but I believe that it's almost at the ceiling. There isn't much more room for it to go up. It's almost at its peak. We're looking at hand-to-mouth purchasing. We're only buying what we need. And if we can control this, we can catch on the downtrend with better cost management, looking at waste, looking at energy. If we can do well in all of our target areas, what we can control, then we can turn the business around. That's my answer. That should be the answer. And one more question. Could you tell us about the business abroad? How is it, your factories abroad? As we know, in Pakistan, it's doing quite well. We're increasing the production line. We have livestock feed there. We're increasing shrimp feed there. And this is going to be something that will increase our ability, our sales ability. It will improve our portfolio, which means we will have more profit margin. In Indonesia, last year, we were not operating at full capacity, but 2023 is now full-time full capacity. So Indonesia is a factory where we see growth because today there is no more production issues. All we're doing is selling. We're focusing on selling. We're going to control our production costs, and that will increase our sales. Our sales will improve. And this is what we expect. We have to make sure we have an appropriate production level, meeting the foreign demand. And I'd like to add that for TUKL in Indonesia this year, the company should be able to break even and should be able to produce at break even. And the reason for 2022 why the sales did not meet our target were from outside factors, external factors, like the prices of shrimp in Indonesia. They were the lowest ever in history, and that caused the market for 2022 to not meet our targets. For 2023, we have plans to expand our sales market from 2 areas to 9 areas. So this year, TUKL should grow well.
I think we should just move on to lunch now because we have limited time. From up front, I'd like to ask about the gross profit margin. You said 8%. This year it's 12%, 9 to 12%. What are your main assumptions from your shrimp feed sales or from your drop in raw material costs or improved efficiency? Well, there are 3 or 4 areas. First is we can adjust the selling prices, and we have savings. We're looking at the worst case scenario for the raw materials being the same as last year. That's the worst case. And this has been factored into our sales price. And we're looking at increased sales as well. But remember, we're going to be selective. We're going to choose only those high profit margin or profitable items, and we're going to trim those low margin products from our portfolio. And this will mean that our GPM will improve. And this is the worst case scenario. And so the results are probably coming from the sales mix, right? Yes, from sales. The product mix is the first thing. The second thing is our internal cost management. We have increased our production efficiency, as I mentioned earlier. Our costs, we're tightening our belts. Whatever costs we can cut, we will cut to increase our savings. And this will help our cost management and improve our profit margin. So I'd like to ask your assumptions for gross margin. The raw material costs, we expect them to be like last year. If we look at 2021, the gross margin was about 10%. And in 2022, now it's 8%. So your raw material prices are down. This is significant, right? If you're looking at 9 to 12% this year and raw materials drop, I want to know about the portfolio for shrimp. Can we see the gross profit margin? How much will it increase? As I mentioned earlier, our gross margin for shrimp feed, the net profit is better. So we're going to focus on our shrimp feed sales, 50 to 60%. The raw material prices we're looking at, it won't go up by more than 2 or 3% because it's already gone up significantly. It doesn't have much more room to grow up. We're already considering the worst case scenario. We've already factored that into our pricing and factored that into our strategies. So this year, if we're lucky, and we don't know, but if we're lucky and the prices come down by 5 to 6%, and it's 80% of our total cost, then this will improve. This will help us with our gross margin. I think we've run out of time, and it's actually time for lunch now. But thank you so much for joining us for the presentation for Thai Union Group and Thai Union Feedmill. Thank you very much to all of our analysts. Thank you. Thank you.